Hi, I'm Lua Park, and this is my final project called This Is Me. These are the contents, and we can go right away into the 5 personal assessments. So, True Colors Assessment was a tool for finding out my personality style. So in these personality boxes, I'm like gathering the scores to find the total score for each colors, and the highest score is my true color. So I got blue, which means I'm more like emotional person who loves people. My empathy quotient was an assessment for measuring the level of empathy. So I got 55, which is higher than the average woman, like 47. My listening styles, the bolder ones are my listening scores, and as you can see, um, I'm more focusing on relational and analytical purposes of listening than task and critical. And my family's communication patterns, I got 22 for both like conversation and conformity orientation, and the midpoint was 18, so I can summarize that my family's communication pattern is consensual. Also, my method of conflict resolution, like looking at what conflict styles I prefer. As you can see, I got high scores on accommodation and collaboration score, so I prefer those methods. And 5 concepts I want to reflect on. Intercultural communication. It's like the exchange of messages between um, people of like diverse cultures and co-cultures. It's like, for example, it can be me as a South Korean and a college student interacting with an American man who's like 70 years old. Also, empathy is having compassion and relating to the feelings of others. It's like thinking from the person's view. And for example, I can relate to my friend who's having panic disorder, although I haven't really had it before. Like I can share her feelings, like harsh feelings. Also, listening responses. There are 8 listening responses. Um, and the right side is more reflective, and the left side is less reflective but more directive. And I prefer using questioning and empathizing listening responses. For emotions, it's like feelings that can be shown through biological changes, verbal and nonverbal behavior, and etc. And they're affected by cultures or even other person's emotions. I'm more of a person who's easily like affected by others' emotions. And love language is a way of showing love and affection to a romantic partner. So these are the 5 love languages. And mine is quality time because I love spending time with my boyfriend. Also, 6 ideas I can apply to my personal and professional life. The first one is using intercultural communication. As I said, it's like interacting with people from different cultural backgrounds, and learning about what their cultural backgrounds are and understanding what their like cultural norms and values are important for this. Synchronizing perceptions, it's trying to check if my interpretation is correct, using these kind of process and building empathy. This way I can relate to my peers and coworkers more. Also, using listening responses, as I said, I prefer using questioning and empathizing, but even expanding more to combine them, like silent listening and then putting more some questions, and at the end, paraphrasing what the speaker said and also giving some advice can be an example. Also, effectively expressing emotion is important, like knowing my feelings, selecting the languages to express them, and accepting the responsibility for them, and knowing the appropriate time and place to express it is important. Also, prescription of successful friendships, like sharing joys and sorrows, listening, helping, treating with respect, etc. Using this method, I can build and maintain more like flourishing friendships. Finally, managing conflict. Um, it's like checking what my needs are and sharing them with other person, and also listening the other person's needs and coming up with some solutions and picking the best one. Also, trying the solution to implement it and following up on it can be the process of managing conflict. This way, we can stop avoiding conflicts but actually confronting it to resolve. And these are my references, and thank you for listening.